All right, and we are back taping part 2. It is warm, warm, warm. There's the nice little area of what you see.
Here.
Oh yeah, there he is. Morning. There's the heron over there.
You can't really even barely see him. He's blended.
And some barn swallows flying around the spillway. I think maybe he's molting too. Maybe this is the time of year all those, because the pelicans are losing some of their feathers too. Chips. Somebody lost their chip bag. Oh, there's a little bit more over here. We shall get. Looks like a squirrel or something has gotten into some of this. Chewed on some foil. Pick up some aluminum foil here. And a cookout. Always. Cookout is a go-to trashy litter bug person. The cookout does like to. Seems like people who eat at the cookout are some of our main litter bugs. Some of our main litter bugs cookout purchasers. So cookout, I have pleaded before, please use biodegradable packaging, because it seems like we have a lot of cookout people who throw out. Just saying, commenting that at another cookout cup, seems like cookout has a lot of throw out. And it's, you know, you're not picking up trash unless you're picking up a red Solo cup. I think, who is it? I think Toby Keith has a song about red Solo cup. I don't know if he mentions in there that people throw them down and don't pick them up. Red Solo cup, you throw them down and don't pick them up. Please don't litter. There's tons of red swings. Now this one, watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I stop because here's another piece of plastic. 9, 10. Nice little recycling bin. 10 steps from where they dropped it. Bum, 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 bum. Hee, 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 hee. Hello there.
Hi. Fancy meeting you here.
Not very fancy in this heat.
Like I was saying yesterday, everybody has like a shininess to them because they have like a thin layer of sweat. So nasty.
Yes, you're glistening. I do a little bit because I did by accident. My dad, I think, figured out a way to get me back for laughing at him when he used the glitter lotion, and somehow I got glitter lotion in my lotion. So I have a little glitter about me these days.
Nice.
You never, in the correct light, I have a little shine. For my after shower ritual, I do use some lotion, so I tend to find and make my own concoction of lotions and mix them up in my little lotion container, bottoms of the what's left of several.
Great.
I try to add a little bit of cologne or something to make it a manly scent, but yeah, this last one somehow got a little bit of glitter lotion. My dad, years ago, we were going to the Harrington Fair, and he was always complaining about how dry his skin was. He was, after he retired, he was out at TK's, the golf course, cutting grass all the time. He said it was out in the sun, he was always getting dry. So anytime he saw lotion, he would immediately start applying it to his head and his legs and everything. So we get to Harrington Fair, and it's at night, so he's under the lights, so you see him under the lights. Yeah, he was, when the light would hit him just right, he had little sparkles all over.
That was one of the girls' lotions, right?
Yes. Limited 2 lotion, which is now what, called Journeys or something like that? I think. What's Limited 2 called now? They changed their name.
Probably called Bankrupt.
No, they're still around.
I mean, New York and Company shut down all their stores, which is part of the limited corporation.
Huh. Express is also limited, right?
Yep.
Express.
Structure used to be, but they're all shut down, I think.
They're now, but they're limited was the young girls. Yeah, like teenage, and well, it goes down to like, because they had all the
Express was the young girls.
No, Limited 2. It was like for the young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like under 10, yes.
But it had like up to 12 or 13, teenage.
Express was like teenagers. Limited was like for like 20 and up, I would say. Or maybe 25.
I don't know. I haven't been to the mall, and the only reason I would go to the center, our mall, was because I would get my haircut at the hair cuttery that was in there, and tell how long it had been. Before all this, I went in there to get my hair cut, and I walked up to it and it was closed. I was like, you didn't even tell me. I've been coming here for 20 years to get my hair cut.
What do you mean, the hair cuttery was closed?
And they moved over to the shopping center where Home Depot is.
Oh. Well, that was probably a good idea, because the mall's been shut down, too.
Yeah. Well, this was before the mall. This was before the pandemic.
Oh.
They had decided to move. I don't know why. Aluminum can. Now, it is interesting. We pronounce it aluminum here, but in Europe, especially England, I believe, they pronounce it aluminium. Spelled the same way. Because if you look at it, it is A-L-U-M-I-N-I-U-M.
Say it like it's
Aluminium.
sounds like
Aluminum. We don't pronounce the last I guess. They do. Aluminum. Whew, I think we're getting delirious already from the heat. I just keep saying aluminum. Aluminum.
Fun to say. That's fun to say.
That is fun to say.
Francisco.
Francisco. A lot of things can be fun to say if you say them in a fun way.
Yeah.
Huh?
Sure.
As there's.
You noticed there's nobody out this morning.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think I'll skip my walk this
Although-
morning. It's like 1,000 degrees out.
Although I just picked up a cigarette package. It's just not fun to say. You know, speaking of fun things to say, I think my old buddy Vince had a relative or something, and his name was Vinny Bagadonis. Bagadonis. And
You call him Bag of Donuts?
that's what his nickname was. I think if I was ever going to change my last name, I would have to go with Bagadonis. Keithachino Bagadonis. That's like coffee and donuts. Full bag of trash this morning. Whew.
That's so bad.
I think in the summer, trash rots more quickly.
Yeah, of course.
Well, your dad, you know, Larry Lee is pretty ingenious guy. He, you know, because his trash only comes once a week or so. You know what he does, don't you? You know what your father does?
No.
If he has trash that he thinks is going to smell, he bags it up and puts it in his freezer. He puts it in his freezer till the morning of the trash pickup. And that way, you don't get a stinky trash can. You never knew that, huh? Yeah. Shout out to Mr. Larry Lee, pretty sharp thinker. He doesn't just stand around with his teeth in his mouth.
He does not.
And he will let you know if you do. Alright. There's that cypress. Look at those knobs on there. Those babies get pretty sticky. They look like they're going to turn into like a Pokemon character or something like that. They look like something's going to pop out of them. Uh-huh. That would probably be a good Pokemon character to create. Cypress Nobinus. Maybe Shelby can do that. One. I think he made a nice big loop. Yeah, check these babies out. They are cool looking. Are these? There's the branch of the river, very quiet today. Today is a good day to relax inside.
Do your bathroom.
We'll see. Hopefully not too much that we have to do outside. cut some wood. Water bottle. Remember, gosh, I just had a poem that came to me from a book that my grandmother had when I was a little kid, a 1950s joke book. I don't know where that is now, but it was, I guess at one point they thought the cure for everything was chlorophyll. And the little poem was, if chlorophyll cures every ill, then it is my expectation that it would pay to own someday a chlorophyll-filling station. I think they gave me that book when I was a little kid just learning to read. So I would read those over and over and recite them. I guess so, maybe. I think that was my aunts and uncles. Our aunts and uncle, because Donald was the oldest, was already out of the house, but Nancy, Jimmy, and Linda were there. And cousin Bert, if you guys may have heard some stories, tales from the hammock involving Bert. And my mama told me to share, or the night that we were frightened, sleeping by the cat, by the screaming cat that we thought was the ghost of a baby. It's amazing what your 8 or 9 year old mind can come up with in the middle of the night. Huh? We're gonna head up. Wanna head up the hill? Let's do it. There's a little path right here. We're going up the hill. Up the hill. We're going up the hill. Up the hill. We're going up the hill. Where are we going? Up the hill. Up the hill. Come on, Maggie. We're going up the hill. Up the hill. We're going up the hill. Up the hill. Where are we going? We're going up the hill. Up, 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 up.
We call this channel Keith Unplugged.
Huh. I heard the other day, you ever heard of the group The Heights? The like hip hop rap group from the 90s, I believe. That's actually how Hamilton came about. Lin-Manuel was part of that. Lin-Manuel Miranda was part of that hip hop group. Supposedly there is a documentary out that took like 20 years to make, or this documentarian. Huh? Is that what you call somebody who makes documentaries? Not documents, because documents would be paper, but documentaries. So that's a documentarian. I think that is. Documentarist.
That's definitely wrong.
Doctor of documentaries.
Filmmaker?
Filmmaker, there you go.
I don't think
All right, so he spent like 20 years hanging out with them to make this documentary about this group. And at the time, when he started, he just thought they were cool. He didn't know that they would end up becoming like one of the most famous Broadway or most watched Broadway shows. So we have not watched Hamilton yet. We do have it on our list. Myself being a Revolutionary War buff, something that I would like to see. I think they got a cool perspective on it. So we are ending our morning walk. As you are out and about today, people, please pick up trash, recycle, So pick up trash, and if you can, put it in a recycle bin. Wash your hands, wear your mask. Try to stay cool today. Stay inside. If you're outside, people aren't throwing trash if they're inside. They're just trashing up their house. All right. And as always, be kind to your friends and neighbors. Wave, say hello. Have a great day. Say goodbye, Melissa.
Goodbye, Melissa.
Woohoo!